Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to the Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo, Saul Niguez wants to leave Atletico Madrid. Man United have always dreamed about signing Saul Niguez. Atletico Madrid will accept around £69 million. Saul Niguez has a release clause of €150 million, which equates to around 129 million in pounds sterling. He's under contract with Atletico Madrid until 2026. Back in 2017, he signed a 9-year contract with Atletico. Saul Niguez has been at Atletico Madrid for a long time. He's been with them for 13 years. He joined their youth setup in 2008. Before Atletico Madrid, he was in Real Madrid's youth system. Saul Niguez is the age of 26. He can play as a central midfielder and he can also be deployed as a holding midfielder. He's played over 300 games for Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid have offered Saul Niguez to Man City as part of a swap deal for Bernardo Silva. So reflecting on that, that could be a big blow for Manchester United. Anyway, I want to give you some news on Donny van de Beek. So Donny van de Beek has been ruled out of the Euros through injury. Now, it recently said that Van de Beek is set to hold showdown talks with Solskjaer over his future. There has been narratives of Donny van de Beek leaving Man United. Said towards the end of last season that we will reject any offers for Van de Beek, so reflecting on that, we are reluctant to let him go. He's only endured one full season at Man United. Doesn't get enough opportunities. I recall Donny van de Beek starting 4 games last season in the league. Most of his appearances come from the bench. Last season, Ronald de Boer actually backed Donny van de Beek to become a success at Man United, and he said he still felt happy at the club despite his lack of game time. Now, last season it said that Van de Beek threatened to quit Man United after one season due to his lack of game time. But last season Solskjaer promised Van de Beek more game time at Man United. Now, we got him in a deal worth £40 million from Ajax last year. He's versatile, he can play in 3 different roles. He's under contract with us until 2025. Now, this morning, I gave you the news on Rafael Varane from Real Madrid. Reports were stemming from Spain, saying that Man United are set to offer Rafael Varane a salary that Real Madrid cannot match. We've offered him €12 million a year. That equates to just over 10 million in pounds sterling. Rafael Varane is leaving Real Madrid. I can assure that. Fabrizio Romano recently said that Varane is refusing a contract at Real Madrid. His current contract at Real Madrid expires next year. He said the other day, though, that Man United offered Varane a 5-year contract. He said, we've been handed a boost in our pursuit of Varane, with Carlo Ancelotti returning to Real Madrid. And he said us and PSG made offers. Now, Varane recently spoke out on his future. He said it's unlikely his future will be resolved for the summer's European Championships. Man United have already held talks with Varane's representatives. The other week, Liverpool held exploratory talks. And at one point, Chelsea were the favourites to sign him. Real Madrid are demanding 60 million for Varane. Not so long ago, they rejected a £40 million bid. But Varane is keen on a move to the Premier League. He said that last season. We went in for him 10 years ago under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. And Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move for him back in 2018. But Varane will be a great signing for Manchester United. The reasons is because he's regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced. He'd complement Harry Maguire very well in our back line. He would exceed expectations in the Premier League. And he's got a great pedigree as a player. Varane has won 18 major honours at Real Madrid. So they are the reasons. He's been a long servant at Real Madrid. He's enjoyed like 10 years with them. He's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. Madrid paid just €10 million for him from Lens back in 2011. But Man United still want a centre-half, despite Eric Bailly signing a new contract towards the end of last season. It looks very, very imminent that Jadon Sancho is coming to Manchester United. I hope we can sign Jadon Sancho this week. He said we want to get a deal done for Sancho before this weekend, because Sancho came out and said that he wants his future resolved before the start of the European Championships. Man United were recently set a Jadon Sancho transfer deadline by Borussia Dortmund to get the deal done. Dortmund want his future decided before they go on their pre-season camp on the 23rd of July. Jadon Sancho has a gentleman's agreement with Dortmund to join Manchester United. We've been told to pay $81.5 million for him. We have agreed the terms with Sancho. Fabrizio Romano did recently say, though, that talks restarted for Sancho. He says Jadon Sancho's contract to Man United could potentially be until 2026, which is a 5-year deal. And Romano revealed how much Dortmund want. They want from between 77 million to 81 million pounds. The Times said yesterday that Man United are close to reaching an agreement with Dortmund for Sancho. Sancho's asking price fell to 80 million plus add-ons. We prefer Sancho over Harry Kane. Sky Sports said not so long ago, though, that Man United were in continued negotiations with Dortmund regarding Sancho. Jadon Sancho's Man United transfer hopes as Borussia Dortmund have been looking for replacements. We've been in for Sancho now for like the last 2 years. So reflecting on that, it's been a long-running transfer saga. We should have got Jadon Sancho last summer, because the personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, and a contract and that had been agreed. But the reason we didn't get him is because we was reluctant to meet Borussia Dortmund's 108 million valuation. We was only willing to pay so much up front. But Dortmund have lowered their asking price from what they wanted last summer. So this is why I believe now we're going to get the player on the board. He'll be a great signing though for Man United, because Jadon Sancho will fit in our team perfectly. He will exceed expectations in the Premier League. He's predominantly a right winner and Man United need a right winner. He will assure his goals. He's good at creating chances. He's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. And plus he's got a very good friendship with Marcus Rashford. They do talk to each other a lot. The signing of Sancho, though, would not be enough, for Man United to be competitive. I think we need more than Sancho at the club. Sancho's endured 4 years at Dortmund. Dortmund paid just £7 million for him from Man City, and he's got a contract with Dortmund until 2023. Kieran Trippier, the news on him. He's been another player on our agenda. He recently told his England teammates that he wants to join Man United this summer. Earlier on today as well, I give you the news on Cristiano Ronaldo. He has made contact with Man United. But it's less than a day now until the summer transfer window opens. I'm really, really looking forward to the summer transfer window. I'm expecting Man United to be very active. I'm expecting teams as well to be active around us. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware of how big this summer transfer window is for himself and Manchester United in general. This summer transfer window is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. Solskjaer has promised Man United transfers this summer. And he says we are in the summer transfer market for a striker. Solskjaer recently got given a 150 million transfer budget to get around 4 or 5 new players in, and our board are backing Ole with a new 3-year contract and summer signings. But it is very imperative he gets the players he wants to recommend him, but he should get the backing he deserves, reflecting on what the board have recently said. Plus we've got John Murtaugh, he's our director of football. We've got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director. And we've also got Matt Judge, and Matt Judge has been part of the club for a long time. If we recruit well in this summer transfer window, I think Man United can challenge for the Premier League title next season. Because next season is going to be massive for Ole. I'd say next season Solskjaer's got to win a trophy at Man United if he is to remain Man United manager. That's my opinion anyway. I think quite a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. If things start to go wrong next season, then I think Solskjaer will be under pressure, then he probably will end up getting sacked. If we do eventually decide to sack Solskjaer though, who's going to come in to replace him? I think we need to get someone in with a proven pedigree and someone who's going to suit the strappings of the club. But to be honest with you, if we did sack Solskjaer, it wouldn't really solve anything. Solskjaer's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager. We haven't won a trophy for 4 years. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Next season will be Ollie's third full season at Man United. He's endured 2 full seasons at the moment. He's been in charge of the club for almost 30 months now, so that's over 2 years. Solskjaer has just under a year left on the current 3-year contract he signed when he got the job permanently back in March 2019, which was over 2 years ago now. I think it's a mistake giving him this new 3-year contract because I'm very, very sceptical that he'll see it out. We should wait until his current contract expires, see how things have gone, and then decide or not whether to give him that new 3-year contract. But there has been some Man United fans demanding Ollie out for a while. And obviously there was more demanding him out, reflecting on that Europa League final loss to Villarreal. But I presume there's still a lot of United fans that are Ollie in and they believe that he needs more time at the club. I think he does deserve next season because I think Solskjaer's done well in quite a lot of aspects. I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done, so I'm shocked in that aspect. You've got to say he's done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in. He knew he had lots to do when he first came in. In his second full season last season, he got us to the Europa League final. I know we didn't win it, but he still got us to the final, and that was his first final as Man United manager. He got us a second place finish in the Premier League. That's not an achievement, but still got a second. You can see that progress was made from his first full season. Last season went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League. Last season got us to the FA Cup quarter-final, got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. Did well in his first full season as well. He got us to 3 semi-finals and got us a third place finish. We are into the Champions League for next season, which is good news from Man United perspective. I think he has made good signings. Solskjaer, so far he's spent almost £300 million and he's brought around 12 or 13 players in. A lot of the players he's brought in is obviously Daniel James brought him in, brought Wan-Bissaka in, brought Harry Maguire in. Brought them in the summer of 2019. In January 2020, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odin Ighalo in on loan. And last year, during the summer, he brought Donny van der Beek in, Alex Telles, Edison Cavani, Amad Diallo Traore and Facundo Palestre. So they're a lot of the players he's brought in. Ollie's also got rid of a lot of players since he's come in. He had to get rid of a lot of players because there was a lot of deadwood at the club and there's still some deadwood at the club now. We recently released 8 players. 6 of them were academy players. We recently released Sergio Romero and we released Joel Pereira. In January, we loaned Jesse Lingard out to West Ham, looking to get rid of him permanently. We loaned Tiedemann Mengi out. We let Ighalo go in January. Was it January we let him go? Yeah. We let Marcus Rojo go. We let Timothy Fosu-Mensah go as well. So there you go. And obviously the other transfer windows Ollie's enjoyed. He's got rid of a lot of other players. Obviously let Ashley Young go. Let Valencia go. And there were 2 long-serving players at Man United. Ollie let Darmian go. He let Smalling go. Smalling was a long-serving player. Also let Fellaini go in January 2019. Let Herrera go. Let Lukaku go. Let Sanchez go. Loaned Dalot and Andres Pereira out, but we're looking to get rid of that duo permanently. Loaned Tahith Chon out. We did loan James Garner out at one point. We loaned Dylan Levitt out. Dishan Bernard. So, there you go. I like the way as well that Ollie has promoted the youth. He's given a lot of young players their chances. Another thing I've got to credit Solskjaer for, when he got appointed in as Man United manager, he assured that everybody would get their chances to express themselves, including the young players, and more or less everybody has been given their chances. So they are the positives. I do have my concerns about Ollie as well. The reason he's still Manchester United manager is because he's a club legend. That's what's basically saved him. Disregarding him being a club legend, I can almost assure he wouldn't have been here now. The players I think we should get rid of in this summer transfer window. I think we need to offload David De Gea. We need to offload Jones. We need to loan Brandon Williams out. Like I said, we need to get rid of Delors permanently. We need to get rid of Pereira permanently. We need to offload Matic. We need to offload Van der Beek. We need to offload Juan Mata. We need to offload Anthony Martial. I'd say we need to offload Telles because Telles has seldom played. But the players we do sell in this summer transfer window will generate money and it will help us with our rebuilding process. But there is good players at Manchester United, and I think, there is players that have really, really improved. I think, Luke Shaw, he's improved. Luke Shaw was our best player last season. He really, really was. Dean Henderson, he's a very, very good goalkeeper. He did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. We made the right decision putting Dean Henderson as number one. Harry Maguire, he's good when he wants to be. Aspects of his game have improved, but Maguire was a big miss towards the end of last season because he had ligament damage in his ankle. He sustained the ankle injury in our 3-1 win against Aston Villa. Eric Bailly, he's a good centre-half, but Eric Bailly is just too injury-prone. Like I said, towards the end of last season, he signed a new contract until 2024. There's an option of a further year. Probably did make a mistake giving him that new deal. And Wan-Bissaka, he's really, really improved as well. Defensively, he's always been superb, but Wan-Bissaka's got to show a lot more in the attacking third of the pitch. There was some games last season where he did show some good attacking intent. Bissaka's one of the best right-backs we've had since, Gary Neville. Paul Pogba, we've been getting the best out of him in recent months because he does bring creativity to the team. I hope he stays potentially past the summer, but there has been rumours of a Paul Pogba and Cristiano Ronaldo swap deal. McTominay, he's a decent player, but he's not yet on that level where we want him to be at. Bruno Fernandes is obviously very, very good as well. Mason Greenwood's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad. Cavani, he's done very, very well since he's coming. I'm glad Cavani's staying for next season. Fabrizio Romano said towards the end of last season that Cavani signed a 1-year contract. And Marcus Rashford, he's good when he wants to be, but he's endured his bad periods. And, he has become injury prone at Manchester United as Marcus Rashford because he has now sustained quite a few injuries. So yeah, we have got good players, but analysing our current squad at the moment, it's not good enough to win the league. It's as simple as that. But I've got to say, in regards to Ollie, he is our best manager since Ferguson because in certain aspects he has brought consistency back. Ollie is our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson. The 3 managers we've sacked since Ferguson was David Moyes. We sacked him after 10 months. He's the worst manager we've ever had, is Moyes. We finished 7th under the Moyes era. That's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. We sacked Van Gaal after 2 years, despite him winning the FA Cup. And we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years, despite him winning the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield in his first season. He also got a 2nd place finish in his first season. So you can say Mourinho enjoyed one good season at Man United. So yeah, they're the 3 managers we've sacked since Ferguson. We're not even really known as a sacking football club because we haven't really got the structure to keep sacking managers. In recent years, we've overpaid for players, and in general, our recruitment's been poor. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago. We've spent over £1 billion in the last 8 years. Mistakes have been made for a long time now. That's one of the main reasons why we haven't been as consistent as we'd like to have been. But let's be honest, we haven't been the same team since Ferguson retired, and we're never going to be the team we was under Ferguson, not in my lifetime anyway. No one's going to replicate what Ferguson did, and no one's going to last as long as he did. Ferguson endured 26 years at Man United, was it, or 27? So he was a long-serving manager, and he won 30-odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. So reflecting on that, Ferguson brought success to the club, but Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. So that just shows you it takes some managers time to settle in. And like I said, Solskjaer needs some more time, despite us losing the Europa League final. Solskjaer is still lucky to be Manchester United manager. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.